Agile is a project management and software development approach that emphasizes flexibility, collaboration, and delivering value in small, iterative steps rather than one big final product. To understand Agile, let's consider an example. A customer approached a company with a requirement. I need a vehicle to travel. Two teams took on the challenge. One team used the Agile methodology, and the other team used the waterfall method. The team that followed the waterfall method was very methodical. They gathered every requirement, drew up blueprints, and planned every detail before lifting a single tool. In the first month, they built 4 perfect tires. In the second month, they crafted a powerful engine. By the 8th month, they had a sleek car body, painted and polished. Finally, in the 10th month, they delivered a shiny red car. But when the customer saw it, they looked unhappy. I've been waiting 10 months. I couldn't travel, and this isn't quite what I imagined. Despite the craftsmanship, the car missed the mark. The customer's needs had changed, and the world had moved on. The team that followed the Agile methodology took a different route. They asked, what's the simplest thing we can deliver now that helps the customer move? In the first sprint, they delivered a bicycle. Not fancy, but it worked. In the second sprint, they upgraded to a small car. By the third sprint, the car had doors and better suspension. In the fourth sprint, it became smarter, faster, and more comfortable. And in the 5th sprint, they delivered a sleek, intelligent vehicle, exactly what the customer wanted. At every step, the customer used the product, gave feedback, and felt heard. This is perfect. Agile emerged in 2001 because traditional waterfall approaches were too slow and inflexible for rapidly changing business needs. The Agile Manifesto, introduced by 17 pioneers in 2001, set out values like individuals and interactions over processes and tools, and responding to change over following a plan. This shift enabled teams to build software faster, adapt to change, and focus on customer value. In an Agile project execution team, the key people involved are the product owner, the voice of the customer who carries the vision and manages the backlog. The backlog is simply a prioritized list of everything the product might need: features, fixes, and improvements. And it guides the team on what to build next. The Scrum Master acts as the coach, guiding the team and removing obstacles. If meetings get stuck, they help refocus. If a developer is blocked by missing tools or unclear requirements, they step in to resolve it. If communication breaks down, they bridge the gap. Their role is to clear the path so the team can keep moving forward. The development team are the builders, a mix of developers, testers, and designers who turn ideas into working software. Stakeholders are the business leaders and users who provide feedback and shape direction. Finally, the DevOps engineer keeps the pipeline running, automating processes and ensuring smooth releases. Together, they form the cast that brings the product to life, with the backlog as their shared roadmap, and the Scrum Master ensuring no obstacle slows them down. All right, now let us familiarize some of the terms and processes commonly used in Agile project execution. User story, a simple way to capture a requirement from the user's point of view. Like, as a user, I want. User stories are used by the product owners to express customer needs and by the development teams to understand what to build. Product backlog, a living, prioritized list of features. Fixes and improvements. The backlog is owned by the product owner and used by the whole team to guide development. Sprint, a short, time-boxed period, usually 2 weeks, where the development team, facilitated by the Scrum Master, focuses on completing selected work items. Velocity, a measure of how much work the team usually completes in a sprint. Velocity is tracked by the Scrum Master and development team to help with planning and forecasting. Definition of ready. DRA, a checklist to ensure a task is clear, well-defined, and actionable before work begins. It is used by the product owner and development team to confirm clarity. Definition of done. DOD, a checklist to confirm that a task is truly finished, tested, and ready to deliver. It is used by the development team, validated with the Scrum Master and stakeholders. Now, let's understand how a project is being executed in Agile methodology. In the early days of an Agile project, the team gathers to set the direction. The product owner, together with the stakeholders, begins by shaping the vision, a high-level roadmap of where the product should go. Big ideas are captured as epics and features inside Azure boards, the tool that keeps everything organized. From there, the vision is broken down into user stories, small and clear pieces of work that the team can act on. Each story reflects the customer's needs and helps the builders know exactly what to create. Step by step, these stories are refined and ordered until they form a prioritized product backlog, the single source of truth that guides the team forward. Next step is backlog refinement. As the sprint approaches, the product owner and the development team sit together to clarify upcoming stories. Each story is discussed in detail, questions are answered, and effort is estimated using story points, a unit of measure that reflects complexity and workload rather than hours. Before a story can move forward, it must pass the definition of ready, DOR, a checklist ensuring the story is clear, actionable, and well-prepared. By the end of this activity, the stories are refined and detailed enough to be confidently picked up in the next sprint, ensuring smooth execution and predictable progress. Sprint planning. The entire team comes together to plan the next 14-day cycle. Guided by their velocity, the measure of how much work they usually complete in a sprint, they carefully select which stories to take on. Inside the sprint planning board in Azure DevOps, the chosen stories are laid out, and discussions ensure everyone understands the scope and commitment. By the end of this session, the team has created a sprint backlog, the list of stories they will deliver, and agreed on a clear sprint goal that unites their effort for the cycle ahead. Next step is the actual development and daily stand-up. Once sprint planning is complete, the development team begins building features while designers create the assets needed to bring them to life. Every day the team pauses for a quick 15-minute stand-up, led by the Scrum Master, to sync on progress, surface blockers, and adjust priorities if needed. Work is tracked on the Azure Kanban board, where tasks move visibly from to-do to in progress and finally to done. This creates transparency for everyone involved, ensuring the team stays aligned and focused on delivering value throughout the sprint. Branch policies and continuous integration (CI). As development progresses, the development team pushes code into Azure repos. Each change triggers continuous integration (CI), where the system automatically builds and tests the code to ensure nothing breaks. Before new code can merge, developers raise a pull request (PR), a formal request for peers to review the changes. This peer review acts as a safeguard, ensuring quality and shared understanding. The process is governed by a quality gate, PR validation, which requires both peer approval and a successful build before the code can be integrated. Through these practices, the team maintains high standards, catches issues early, and ensures that every piece of code moving forward is reliable and ready for release. When developers commit their code, it enters the build pipeline. The system immediately compiles everything, like checking if all the pieces fit together. If the build fails, work stops until it's fixed. Next, static analysis tools, like SonarCloud, scan the code for security issues or code smells. This ensures problems are caught early. The development team and DevOps engineer oversee the process, while Azure Pipelines runs the checks. Only when the build succeeds does the code move forward, passing the first quality gate. Once the code passes the build stage, it faces the next guardian, automated testing. Here, the pipeline runs a series of unit tests to check small pieces of code and integration tests to ensure those pieces work together smoothly. The development team, testers, watch over this stage, making sure the system behaves as expected. The rule is strict. 100% of critical tests must pass. If even one fails, the pipeline halts until the issue is resolved. When all tests succeed, the team gains high confidence in the software's stability, knowing the foundation is solid before moving forward. On the 10th day of the sprint, the team gathers for the sprint review and demo. The working software is showcased live to the stakeholders, giving them a clear view of progress and functionality. This moment is collaborative. The entire team presents, while stakeholders share their thoughts and reactions. Every piece of feedback is captured and transformed into new user stories, added to the backlog for future sprints. The outcome is powerful. Real-time input ensures the product evolves in line with stakeholder needs, keeping development aligned with business goals. After the demo, the team gathers for the Sprint Retrospective. This is a time for reflection, not on the product, but on the process. Guided by the Scrum Master, the development team openly discusses what went well, what challenges they faced, and where improvements can be made. From this conversation come action items, practical steps to make the next sprint smoother and more efficient. The retrospective ensures the team is always learning, adapting, and growing together. At the end of the sprint, the code approaches the final gate, release to the live environment. With the product owner's sign-off, the DevOps engineer uses Azure Pipelines release to push the approved code forward. This stage is powered by continuous deployment, CD, meaning that once all gates are passed, the code flows automatically to users. To reduce risk, a Canary release sends the update to a small group first, just 5% of users, so the team can monitor for errors. Immediately after deployment, smoke testing runs a quick health check to confirm the system is stable. If something goes wrong, an automatic rollback swiftly restores the previous version, ensuring users are never left with a broken product. This final gate ensures that only reliable, tested, and approved software reaches the hands of customers. Thank you for taking the time to watch my video. Your support and interest mean a lot. I hope you found it valuable, and I'd love to hear your feedback. Stay tuned for more, and see you next time.